Greetings, my excellent friends. You know, we don't have a Gavaro hype, and I don't really know what that would look like. Why do my captions appear to have frozen at Gre? Beep, beep. Now they're saying nothing. I don't know if that means they're not working or if I'm just not seeing the feedback. But it popped up with GRE when I started talking. It just said, great. And then, dead. How? Let's disable it. And let's enable it. La la la, blue blue blue. Ah, seems like it's doing things now. I don't know that there's anybody out there who uses them, but maybe. And for the sake of accessibility and the fact that it costs me nothing, they shall be included. Even if they don't know how to say Gavarok. 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 Snipfen. Well, it just ignores the rest of your name and goes with Snip. But yet, for some strange reason, it knows how to say Kikoskia. Oh, wow, it doesn't. It used to. Wonder if they deleted him from the dictionary. Maybe he committed unforgivable crimes against language. Okay. Occasionally, we play Baldur's Gate here. He became irrelevant? I don't know if there's an official tally of that. Kikoskia. Yeah, it's just forgotten how to... But it used to get it right. Every time I said Kikoskia, it would get it right. What's weird is that it's coming up with strange words that aren't words, but are almost the right spelling. Like, it knows I'm trying to say a word, whereas if I say Gavarok... Okay, maybe they've just changed the way they interpret sounds. Because it used to just jump straight to gather rock. Now it's almost correct, but with a K on the end, which is an understandable miss here. Because it's not really something that you would miss here. If I did spell my name with a K on the end, it would still be pronounced the same way. I just don't. Anyway. Yeah, we have the face palm, but we don't have a pog or a hype associated with my name, face, or brand. We just have to wait for someone to get a good screenshot of a face that suits and to then put forth, because that's the only reason we have the facepalm one, is because somebody said that should be an emote, and I was like, well, shit, if someone cuts it and sizes it. Interestingly enough, and this is relevant to Rivalia, who isn't here, I don't think she watches BG, but if I remember, I'll tell her on Sunday. Didn't actually need the 3 resized versions. Twitch has actually got a brain now, and will take your image and will automatically resize it. It used to be that you needed to give them 3 separate images of different sizes, but now it actually knows what it's doing. I don't know when that changed, because I don't do emotes very much. Last time I really added an emote was the zombie face. You like the 3 separate options? Oh, do you actually manually choose that? You can make the extremely small ones slightly different. You're supposed to do that? I guess it doesn't really matter. So, we're here in front of Lae'zel, as we are supposed to be. Were we long resting, or were we just visiting Lae'zel? Everybody's full health. Are people missing spell slots?
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Are you missing rage charges? For some reason I'm not allowed to hit leave.
Let's move. Best be on my way.
I guess we were sleeping because I'm not allowed to leave. Look at that. But we don't appear to have spent a single resource. I don't remember.
Careful, I bite.
How close are we to the next level, by the way? Not quite. We've got 15... It varies. 1535, 1475, 1565, 1450. So the girls are closer. Astarion is the furthest. Karlach is the closest. And I think the only thing that destabilizes EXP values is inspirational events. Which basically just means that Karlach has been made happy more often. Not quite. It's not the same as approval, but it is... We've done more things in line with Karlach's background than we have with... well, with our own and with the Astarions. That's a shame. I would have preferred to be ahead on that, to say that we found a lot of entertainer stuff, but there is a question of opportunity. Oh, not what I wanted to do. And some of them are going to be easier to find than others. Where's the goddamn... Here. They weren't that... We've charlataned 7 times. We've only soldiered twice, but I think that's because Lae'zel was only in the party at the beginning. Because you'll notice Gale and Will aren't even here. We've entertained... I still don't like that this picture just isn't me. I think it's just like some default picture, but it shouldn't be difficult for them to use this, because these are all the same, right? Yeah. It's strange. We have only entertained 6 times, although my EXP is ahead of his, so I don't know why. We've outlandered 8 times. We've only acolyted 5 times? I don't know then. According to this, Astarion has had more than Shadowheart. Yeah, Shadowheart had more EXP. I don't know. I don't get it. Some do better than others. For EXP amount. Well,
No time to rest.
I wonder how they decide that. Anyway, discover the history of Prince Orpheus.
Speak.
We shouldn't know that name yet, because we haven't actually read the thing. But here's a disc.
The disc appears in your mind's eye. Lae'zel sees it too, and considers the vision.
Tirsu markings. Ancient. I recognize them, but I can't make sense of... No. Wait. The texts are enciphered, but I've solved the pattern. It's a story. About Orpheus.
Your head buzzes in concert with Lae'zel's, but it hardly matters. Even without the connection, you'd recognize her discomfort.
Well, she's almost always uncomfortable about something. Tirsu, you said. What does that mean?
Githyanki writing. Every word a wheel. Every letter a spoke. The most powerful texts are engraved in slate. Some so ancient, only the most erudite Gish can read them.
Who's Orpheus? Right, because Karlachs have been recent, they were worth more. Because a lot of entertainer charlatan things happened in more populous lands. You look uneasy, are you alright?
I am fine. The slate is not. This text is heresy. I can hardly bear to read it, let alone speak it.
I do think I want to know what it says.
Very well. I will read it to you. The Prince of the Comet, Part 1. So it was that we were free from Geich shackles and turned our blades on each other. The heavens were shattered, and one great empire was divided in two. Gith traveled to the Hells to broker help for her people, her cause. Vlaakith would have you believe Mother Gith proclaimed her our queen. Lies. Gith made no such proclamation. Vlaakith seized the Empire against the Mother's wishes. But Gith had nurtured a son, Orpheus, Prince of the Comet, the true heir. He knew Vlaakith's treachery. Orpheus rallied Gith's honor guard and declared the throne for himself. The War of the Comet had begun. Disregard this drivel. Gith declared Vlaakith Queen of the Empire, and her own son defied her. Orpheus would have ceded control to the Geich.
Well, this is going to make her angry. What if it's true? It sounds like Vlaakith betrayed Gith and seized the throne.
She did nothing of the sort. Thank your good fortunes I'm a tolerant woman, or I'd have sliced off a few toes for suggesting it.
Right then. We read a book about the lost Prince Orpheus. It claims that Vlaakith is not the true queen of the Githyanki and that Prince Orpheus is the true heir. Now, can we double check it? With the idea being to see if there was anything that she thought she didn't want to tell us. There's also a ring here. Mage's Friend. Arcana 1, Religion 1. I'm going to give that to me because I'm the one who makes a lot of checks. And I don't think we need to wear Guiding Light necessarily anymore. Because we're not in the tower. It does say the Underdark's darkest corners, though. But that might just be with relation to the evocation cantrip. You can give it to somebody.
Comes, I'm ready.
She's got a free spot.
Never a dull moment.
It's not fitting in at all with the well-known Lich Queen Vlaakith. I did not know she was a fucking lich. God. Right. Brilliant. The careful art of Tirsu ciphers. A engraved disc of Githyanki origin containing a complex cipher that can decrypt ancient Gith dialects. Would we then use it on this? Okay, no, it just right. It's not a scene. It just gives you the text. If you recall the lore correctly, Vlaakith eats everybody above level 12. Well, good news for us on our level cap. Finally, some silver lining. We're not going to get eaten by the Gith Queen. And I thought Umberlee was the scariest queen in the franchise. Praise be to Mother Gith, Queen of the One Sky. I believe it is not exactly the same text that... I don't know about this. Vlaakith sacrificed the Great Mother to Tiamat. The price for the dragons our Kithraki now ride. I don't remember that sentence being something she said. I do know what one great empire was divided in two means, and this is sort of the crux of a little bit of my disappointment in Baldur's Gate 3, because there are two types of Gith, and I haven't encountered the Githyanki anywhere before this, really. not to a detailed extent, but the Githyanki are the, to my idea, the other Gith, right? What I've spent time with both in Planescape Torment in the form of an NPC companion, and also just in a D&D game I played a couple of years ago with Polish Cryptid and Paladin Hulk, and that he played a Gith Zerai in that party. And so, when I first saw 3's race selection list, I was very disappointed that Gith was there, but not the Gith I knew. I can see why it's Githyanki. It's because, you know, they're integrated into the story quite prominently. But part of me still wonders what it would have been like if you could be a Githzerai and then have Lae'zel and the Githyanki in the story, and how that would work. And Blackith is the reason why the Githzerai are better. It's because they don't have to deal with her. See, I didn't know anything about Blackith or why the Githyanki were the way they were. My understanding of Githyanki was that they were the more chaotic, less disciplined Gith offshoot that were quite often space pirates or some shit. Like, I knew it wasn't as simple as good Gith and bad Gith because of the fact that Githzerai were, like, very, very deliberately lawful neutral. Good and bad is not how you... But, like, you're a lot more likely to get slaughtered by a patrol of Githyanki, right? A patrol of Githzerai would require a reason to kill you. A patrol of Githyanki would already have a reason to kill you, and the reason why is because, hey, you're in the way, and you might have stuff they want. But better way to put it, the Githzerai would require a reason to kill you, the Githyanki would require a reason not to. It's a difference in their default.
Need to find a way forward.
That's everything we can do here, and I don't need to sleep, so I would leave, but the button's grayed out. So I think I have to sleep. Which must just been a consequence of pressing the long rest button instead of the go to camp button when you come here.
Hey you.
But I do think we've run out of like scenes and stuff that happens while you're sleeping, at least for now. Which is good. This is what I want. I do want to rest more than there are narrative things to see, because I don't want to miss narrative things. That's why I'm glad that the camp supplies system is hilariously broken in the player's favor. Although apparently the number of supplies you need is increased on higher difficulties, so I guess it's the point is that it's only really a factor if you're playing on harder modes. XBL Jesus was telling me that you need 80 supplies per long rest in Honor, but at least Tactician. But he said even that was, like, overtuned in the player's favor. Like, and it would be. Like, 2662 out of 80. How many rests have we had? 20? So, like, you could delete 800 from that, maybe, and say we'd still have 1800. At no point would we ever have been in trouble. Yeah, Gith are a race born of, like, a trauma that is almost impossible to fathom. That's the thing. A lot of criticism against D&D's evil races is fairly valid. Like, you know, goblins, orcs. Yeah. The idea of, oh, beast race, therefore murdering bastards to a soul is very boring. Ones like Drow are a bit more thought out. Lolth, you know? Reasons for them to have evolved as a society the way they are. But the Gith make perfect fucking sense to me. Even though I don't know much about the Githyanki Vlaakith stuff, the idea of this is a race that was essentially a slave race for untold eons under these horrible brain creatures. And the Mind Flayers also make sense because of what they are. Given that they are, like, almost like organic tentacle Borgish in terms of the whole hive mind thing. They're barely people. Unless they get cut off, which is where you get someone like Omelun. In fact, the best thing that can really happen for an Illithid's ability to function as an individual would be that exact thing. Yeah, it's true. You can take a long rest without spending the supplies and not take the healing and still get the narrative effect, so it's, you know, not even a problem. Yeah, nobody's lit up. I usually go around everybody and get the speak, but it doesn't generally. The only time it's as if, like,
How can I help?
question line shop. Like, Lae'zel was not lit up then when we could ask her about the discs because it wasn't her conversation, it was mine to have. Anyway, the thing above their head means they have something on their mind. But sometimes if you have something on your mind, a dialogue option can show up with a companion. You might not know it's there if you don't check. But still, I feel confident that there's nothing there now.
Have you spoken with Skris lately?
Yeah, like one of the first things in that party, that D&D game that I played, we found a Mind Flayer in a cave, and this Mind Flayer was abandoned and on its own because the universe of that D&D game was that the multiverse had been destroyed and a remnant of a remnant had been slammed back together. So everybody had been sort of like pulled out of their home and put into this new pastiche remnant world where 99.9% of matter had disappeared. And what remained had just been, you know, in a mad scramble, seized by the gods that still existed and smooshed together so that something could still exist. So it might have been the only Illithid left. But because we had a Gith Sarai in our team, we killed it immediately. Because to do anything else would have led to a party schism. Which is entirely fair and correct on behalf of the player, because yeah, that's correct understanding of the character that you're playing. Anyway.
I greet you, child of the sun. How has your search for the mushrooms fared?
One thing I note about the Mind Flayers in this game, and obviously they went to a lot of trouble making sure their Mind Flayers looked exactly how they wanted them to, because they made the choice of a Mind Flayer-centric story. But they just look so slimy. And I can't argue and say that that isn't correct, it's just... It's a more, I guess, visceral picture than I ever would have put together in my brain. I found the mushrooms.
These are fine specimens. It will only take me a moment to brew them to proper potency.
Omeluum turns away to prepare the potion, lost in its own musings.
You must drink the entire draught. I can make no promises as to its taste.
What exactly is this going to do to me?
It will lower the psionic defenses around the lava. If I cannot remove it, I may still be able to tell you more about its origin.
Is it going to lower these defenses permanently, or
Ormelloan
for
watches
now?
you with cautious intensity. It expects doubt. It expects fear.
What aren't you telling me?
Only in that you may be a danger to yourself. What the potion may make you see or feel, I cannot determine. But unless you are already a step from death, it will not kill you.
Well, bottoms up.
The acidic liquid tightens your throat.
Oh, I don't like that coming up.
burning on the way down. It's a bolt of agony straight to your stomach.
Not a drop left. Very good. As the potion influences your mind, you may find yourself acting irrationally. Try and stay focused.
The world loses its edges, its finer boundaries. You are fluid, but trapped like a creature suspended in amber.
What saves are this? Intelligence or wisdom? They're identical. My intelligence has a +1 modifier, but my wisdom has the forbidden knowledge modifier. Or we could just stare into the... This is a Disco Elysium check. Do you call upon your volition to try and resist? Or do you just stare into the swirling abyss? There is nothing. Primordial blackness. Let's go with our forbidden knowledge. Shadowheart help. Oh, that's not guidance. Oh, guidance is for checks. But you have one for saving throws. You basically just have an exact guidance, but it's different. Fascinating. Okay, take it. Not hard. Difficulty class 10.
Dark holes bite at the edges of your vision, but the void cannot draw you in. The tadpole spasms, seizes. It's fighting the potion even harder than you are. Fear pierces your mind like knives of ice. The parasite digs deeper, as if it means to hollow out your skull.
I like how thoroughly unbothered the girls in the background look. Like, surely, like this is one of the game's few limitations, is that the NPCs are programmed to be visible when you're in conversation, but unless they are being tagged in, they're not programmed to react to anything. And that's okay, because it would be incredibly difficult to figure all that out. Because, like, the only reason they're on camera is because they happen to be standing where they're standing. Astarian's in the party too, right? So, like, how would you program it to A, check to see who's visible, and then B, have them appropriately look concerned? Like, it's too much. But realistically, she would probably be grabbing my shoulder at this point. Alright, what do we have? We have 1d4 from resistance no matter what. It's intelligence +1, forbidden knowledge +1, or forbidden... Yeah, it's just wisdom and intelligence. We don't get any bonuses. These are the same throw. Focus on a tune. Let's do that one, because that's the Bardley one. It's a bit harder now. You could drink an elixir of heroism. Becomes blessed. Gives us another 1d4. Nah. I'm not going to use a consumable when it might only give me 1. That might work, but... Oh, fuck me. We're capped on inspiration. We can give it another shot. That'll do!
The cold blades lose their edge. You are stalwart, turning that tide of fear against itself. The parasite swells with power. More power than you have ever felt before. It surges and twists, lashing out against that which would dare to intrude. The parasite in your mind quiets, pleased with itself.
Omeluum, are you well?
That lava is like nothing I have ever observed before. Its power is unsettling.
I felt it grow inside me. There's more power than ever. That potion of yours could have killed me. Tadpole almost did the same. It was supposed to make it weaker, not stronger. You'll say that could have killed me.
It holds far more power than it should. For the lava to react to my manipulations in such a way is beyond my ken.
I like how the overriding theme of every single instance of somebody attempting to help us with this tadpole is what they claim will happen not going to plan, and them being humbled by the power and magnitude of this fucking thing in my head. Like, every single... There's two scenarios. Either someone's like, well, this is beyond me, you should maybe die or something. Nettie. Or, yeah, fuck it, I can do something. And then, no, they can't. Because Volo is definitely in that second camp. This guy's in that second camp. I think Ethel is in that second camp as well, from what I've read about what her deal actually is. Since I got past it, I thought, fuck it, I want to know what this is. She takes your eye, but doesn't actually fix you. I think she maybe gives you something else to, like, make up for it. But it's a worse deal than Volo's. Volo's eye is, like, you know, the downside is cosmetic and the upside is all buff. Whereas I think the downside of Ethel's treatment actually gives you a debuff as well. But, yeah. Every single attempt to fix this thing just doesn't fucking work. What's next? Cutting off my own head?
Such crude destruction may not waylay a lava like this. But there is another possibility.
Oh, good.
I possess a ring of mind shielding. It prevents elder brains from noticing my presence.
You're not going to give me that,
It will
are you?
not remove the lava, but it will limit its influence, both positive and negative. I would offer it as a gift, but in truth, the ring is priceless. Is there anything you could offer me in turn?
I'm surprised you're willing to exist without it. Perform the tale of your adventures so far. The ballad of brains, brine pools, and balderdash. Fucking imagine singing a song in exchange for an item that is perhaps the only thing keeping him from getting fucking mind fucked. Why didn't you mention this before the debacle?
Because removal seemed preferable to negation. And I must admit, I was curious to study the tadpole myself.
Fair. I don't think gold will count unless he takes a lot of it, and I don't want to do that. I don't know if I'm going to use this ring, so we're not going to threaten to kill him. But sure, we'll do a song and dance for the sake of a ring. Yeah, I think we managed.
As Ameluum watches your performance, something stirs in his mind, unusual for an illithid. Joy.
Here, it is yours.
Fuck, you're easy!
May it serve you as well as it has served me.
Nice. Helps not to judge a book by its cover, doesn't it?
Of course, the lava remains. Be ever vigilant of its growth.
And I'm poisoned.
How is your more personal research progressing?
Not well. The nutrition my species
Jesus
receives
Christ.
from other minds is difficult to emulate.
I don't look good. Let's just wait out the 8 turns, shall we? So what does this do? Advantage on saving throws against Charmed. I don't know that I care. You said it would restrict. It's like I'm wondering if it would delete your illithid powers or like repress them. I don't seem to. I don't actually think it's that good. But we don't want them to charm Karlach. Nah, but her rings are too good. She's got jump, which she wants, and she's got 1d4 to throw damage, which she wants.
Trust no one.
Meh.
The rituals.
Let's get going. Time to press ahead.
Oh, well, perhaps after I finish my research here, I'll join her.
But a done quest is a done quest. The Mind Flayer's potion didn't help us, but it has sure helped the parasite. We've still got the Githyanki Crèche. That's the only avenue that we still have for find a cure. Other than that, we just have to give up on finding a cure and learn about it instead. I very much do want to make sure I don't... Because, like, eventually there's going to be a transition which finishes this at the cost of this go through the mountain pass, and I do not want to take that transition. I want to do everything in the Underdark, reach that border, and then be like, you know what, fuck that, no, we're going through the mountain pass instead. Because my guess is that coming up for the other side of the Underdark will place you somewhere. So, say, for example, like, the mountain pass entrance is here, the wilderness is over there, right? Mountain pass entrance here. The Underdark is underneath, and so we're skipping past bits in here. So in order to do everything, you get to the border of the Underdark, and then you go back and you go over. That's how you don't miss anything. If you complete travel through the Underdark, that's tantamount to skipping stuff. The Infernal Engine upgrade gave her charm advantage. I know barbarians have a lot of resistances and shit. I don't think you can actually have your mind that affected when you're raging because you're too angry to notice. Anyway, I think we're done, but for taking this boat. Right? There's nowhere else to go. We explored the edges of this tower. We explored the edges of this section. So this map is done, which I would assume is like either the full Underdark or half of it, depending on where this boat takes us. This boat's going to take us to the Adamantine Forge. I don't know how big that map would be. Right, so she'll become immune to charm very soon. Basically. Unless I dip her into fighter, but I'm not sure when and if I'll do that. Action Surge I do think would be very funny. Adding on to her throwing per turn. Underdark Dwergar boat. Can't examine it, we just use it. Sure, that's safe. Bang!
Vessel wobbles
Okay,
on the lake's
good.
murky
Right, there's a bit of a lead
waters.
in. Oh, just sail. Alright, Sunless Sea time. I never played that. Whenever I thought about it, I would always try to get into Fallen London first, but I couldn't quite manage it because it's like an action-based browser game and it doesn't let you keep going as fast as I'd like. Oh, hello.
Tiefling! What are you doing on Gek's raft?
Nothing? you fucking jump onto my boat?
Where's Gek? Who are you?
I am Gek. I have discovered disguise self and wanted to experience what it was like to live the life of a tiefling bard. And if you judge me, sir, friend, cousin, I don't remember our relationship, that is a mark of your flaws as a person, and not in any way something that reflects upon me. We can push him in the water! This would be a very bad idea for me. It would be a very funny idea if we were playing Karlach. This is also just an example of the game's writers understanding how D&D works at all times. Like, I've never seen an RPG reflect the conceivable tabletop options so well. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, generally speaking, a game with dialogue windows will just have fucking dialogue in them. But that's not what happens in tabletop. Sometimes you, the DM, you get a character, you come up with what you intend for the conversation with that character to be and the ways in which it would go, and you bring that character, you introduce them to your party, and then your party is like, I'm going to shove him. No hellos, hi's, how are yous, or like an invitation to reveal the information that you'd planned, but just, I'm going to shove him because he's in front of a hole. Or in this case, water. We could play the Mind Flayer game, but do we even know he has one? Be funny if... This is actually quite cool. If you can do that in a character that doesn't have one. But he probably does. It's the absolute is everywhere. Realistically, though, we should go with the deception option because that's what we're good at. I'm afraid Gek is dead. He fell fighting the Myconans. I mean, I might. I don't remember where the saves are. We have Charm Person, either my spell or as a scroll. I'm at the point in the game where I have enough spell slots and I'm using a few enough of them that I kind of want to just do that, especially because it's difficulty class 15, but we do have plus 10, so what is it realistically? Five. Yeah. Yeah, alright. Well, we certainly convinced him.
Damn. The sergeant will be pissed about her boots. Come on. Let's get you to shore. You're the one telling the sergeant what happened. The rest of you, keep patrolling. I'll be heading back with this one.
You continue forward in silence until the lights of a camp twinkle through the murk.
Thulla stole boots. I mean, we're probably not going to be friends with these Duergar because we're trying to free the Deep Gnomes, but we don't need to fight them on the... We don't need to do a sea battle. Actually, interesting what a sea battle would look like. They'd have a little map for that, I guess. Maybe if we chained the ships together and set them on fire. Of course you fought him on the boat!
Well, I'll be plowed sideways. We've got a welcoming party.
You shithead! Time you showed up, we got trouble.
Spit it out! Sergeant finally choked on True Soul Near's prick.
Drugno! The twat soul caused a rockfall. Trapped tighter than a ring on a fat finger.
You're shitting me. You pay up?
That's the trouble. He's got the gold on him. Sergeant's arm is falling off with all the gnome slaves she's been beating. Who's the hoon, Grayman? Another slave for the dig?
Every time we meet these absolute fucked parasite cultures, which is a sentence that doesn't mean what it sounds like it means. But what I mean is, like, every time we come across societies that are currently being used by the Absolute and have, you know, parasite holders in their command structure, every time we come across them, they call me something I wasn't fucking expecting. First we had Ranga by the goblins, which I'm still fascinated by because the goblin who called me that had red hair. And if you don't know what a Ranga is, it's a term that I heard when I went to university. I can't even tell how serious of a derogatory it is because it sounded... A lot of people just thought it sounded funny. And the people it was thrown at, namely redheads, didn't really care. But it was meant to compare you to an orangutan. Anyway. It doesn't sound nice, but Australia. But a hoon, though. That is a term that I most often heard on the news. A hoon is a young, reckless, thrill-seeking driver. And so you would get reports about out-of-control hoons burning rubber in empty car parks, driving cars full of like 10 teenagers at 100 kilometers an hour down residential roads in the middle of the night and then wrapping themselves and all their friends around trees. And that was the word they used. Like hooligan, but shorter. I don't know who is populating these cultures with their words. What is leading to the selection of the word? But what am I going to be called next is the question. Who am I? I was told to report to the sergeant.
Aye. He sniffed up Gek's corpse. Found the hoon sailing his skiff.
That's so.
You feel the slightest of stirrings in your head. The Dwergar is not infected, yet your minds resonate.
I'll be. You're one of them cult freaks. Felt the tingle. Your twat-soul chum owes us a load of coin. You want through? Make a donation.
I can afford it. Note that Shadowheart actually is programmed to react to that. She looks like she's ready to bounce a basketball. I'm not giving you a single coin.
Unclog your hole. Just shitting around.
Oh.
But I'm warning you. That twat soul ain't settled up soon. There'll be hell to pay for the lot of you cult buggers.
Don't forget the gnomes. I'm not leaving them with their captors.
Shut the fuck up! Honey, I love you, but we're trying to do this subtle. What's especially interesting is, like, if you play as her, you don't have to be like that. Like, the origin runs are weird because you can be the nicest little Astarian or the meanest little murder Karlak. Like, Karlak is programmed, as is Will, to go hostile on you if you destroy the Tiefling Grove. Well, the Druid Grove, but if you kill the Tieflings in the Grove. If you do the Goblin Mintara path, you lose both of them. But if you play as them. It doesn't force you to not to do that. Although I think in Karlach's case, you really shouldn't, because wouldn't that kill Dammon, and then, like, playing as Karlach and not being able to get your own upgrades would just be fucking awful. Anyway. I did see a video about how to trick the game into letting you keep Karlach when you side with Minthara. And it's a really funny method, but it's also dark as fuck. Basically, you need to kill her. In your camp, you just need to, like, surprise attack her and kill her before you do the Grove stuff. While she's dead, you do the Grove stuff, and when that's finished, according to this video at least, it's not as simple as just reviving her and then going back about your day. If you do that, she will be angry. And I think it's something to do with approval. And a technicality of approval. Like, maybe raiding the Grove sets your approval with her to, like, the absolute worst. I don't know for sure. But what you can do that apparently makes her okay, after you raid the Grove, go pet Scratch for the first time. Obviously, you need to have never pet Scratch before, which is hard to do. But with a dead Karlach, with a dead Grove, you pet Scratch, and then you will get a Karlach approves message, despite the fact that she's not currently alive. And then when you revive her, she doesn't attack you. And the implication of that being, oh yeah, sure, they murdered an entire community of my race along with some, like, druids, and basically just gave in to goblin carnage. But they pet a dog, though. So I guess I'll let it go. It was a YouTube short that told me how to do that. I would never do it. Like, generally speaking, I wouldn't be inclined to do those awkward, sequence breaky sort of things. Not because I don't like the idea of having everything at once, but because I don't like the potential broken result that can happen. I've done the Minthara thing because it's so widespread and because Larian, you know... My point being, I wouldn't have done the sheep Minthara method, which you would have had to do if the patch hadn't come in, right? Because Larian officially allowed this, I've done it. But before the December patch, in order to do what I did with Minthara, not only could you do it that way, but you also apparently had to, like, polymorph her into a sheep and carry her with you across, like, hours of gameplay or some shit. Anyway. Astarion completed A Friend to All. That doesn't sound like him. The grumpiest fucker in the... Well, no. Plays hell. Gain access to Grimforge peacefully by lying to the Raft Patrol. Well, I mean, it's... Yeah, okay. A friend through lies. But here we are in Underdark Grimforge. Is that the name of this map? No, it's the name of the... thingy. Abandoned Refuge seems to be the name of the map. But we got a lot of stuff here. We have the Adamantine Forges down there. Nia is down here. Whether we kill them or not remains to be seen, but if we're going to free the Deep Gnomes, we're probably going to kill Nia. And find the Sharan Temple is, like, here. Interesting. Do you like that, Astarion?
So, are we saving this Nier from suffocating or leaving him to die? I'm fine with either, naturally. The last thing I want to do is ruin these nails digging through rock.
You have gloves on, mate. We probably should, if only for the gnomes' sakes.
Gods, really? Oh, saving a drow I can understand, but saving gnomes? Oh. But if you insist on being a hero, I won't get in your way. Just don't expect me to help, either.
I mean... quest log. You know? We haven't been given a quest to kill the gnomes, we've been given a quest to save them. If somebody had given us a quest to kill the gnomes, I might be compelled, but... there's also the fact that my girlfriend wants me to save them, and, you know, like... look at her.
That drow, near, is going to be on his last gasp unless someone digs him out. Though, not necessarily our concern, of course.
Yes, dear, I love you, but we're doing things you dislike. I'll go kick someone off a cliff later to make you happy. Are you going to play Tekken, are you?
We need to get that near guy unstuck, or those gnomes are done for. Come on, focus.
What if we bury the rocks on Nia, but after we get the gnomes out?
Go on.
I wanted him to say Guan again, because that was funny.
What are you looking at? Move.
There's a grubby map over here. On one side of this page, a hand-drawn map depicts a northern grotto bordering the Ebon Lake. An attacker's account marks the other. One of the druggening shrooms sensed us and split. Chunky one, too. Months' worth of soup, at least. The rest were too busy droning to put up a fuss. Nia pays us, and I'm bolting for Mantol Derith. Thrin's orders be damned. They've got eel steak, mineral mead, and topland food of all sort. Clan can't live on fungus alone. There's also a battered note. Hey, prickheads! Slave grub in the right barrel, Rothchow in the left. Next of you shits I see flubbing it is getting a hot poker up the arse sideways. Thrin. That's the one with the missing boots. Would it be a thing to go back to that sick gnome and ask for her boots so that we can make nice with the command? I may check that once we get up to the waypoint. Oh yeah, I took them.
Making me sweat.
Oh, I gave them to him. He's very obviously wearing them too. Well, the Dwergar didn't notice.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Yeah.
My feet.
Oh, hello. Find another route to the Sharon Temple. The bridge connecting to the Underdark to the Sharon Temple is gone. We'll have to go over land. What? Shit. Where's the gone bridge? I don't see a gone bridge. Well, of course you don't. It's gone. Yeah, thanks. But I don't know why we noticed that now. I'm not really sure what the it shouldn't have triggered. Well, it did.
Open up.
I assume it will trigger at a different point on this map, or at least it's supposed to. This is a complicated area because, like, there's a whole bunch of stuff up, there's downs, there's... oh boy. Let's go down here for now.
Dead drow publicly displayed. The Dwergar are sending a message.
Grimforge be big. There's a Zuckwood skiff.
boat floats in the murky waters.
Sail to the cave shore.
Here we go.
Wait, the parking thing wasn't a joke? Yours showed up in the wrong place?
Been the same. I say you're scamming a lot of us.
The boat beckons you aboard.
I hope we're able to continue on our way before too long.
I know what you mean. Everyone is so unhappy.
Oh. Well, I meant more the molten rock and plunging chasms, but yes, the folk leave something to be desired as well.
Present company excluded, of course.
Oh, hush you. Stop fishing for compliments.
I should speak up.
Mermass.
Don't like strangers here. But
Did you have such a nice
Absolute
beard?
must have took you in.
Who hung the drow out to dry?
Me? Who else? My spiders sussed them out of hiding, then Near taught them a thing or two, and I let them fly.
Where'd the drow come from?
Caught them sniffing around. Easy marks. Had the stench of the toplands. Hung them here as a warning. Ain't no one drugs with Clan Flameshade.
Yeah, up there we just say fuck. Rolls off the tongue better. Why am I allowed to loot these dead people? I mean, clearly, if you wanted something on them, you would have taken it. Oh, but speaking of the fact that they're dead...
How about a thank you?
How about
Commortuus in lingua mortua.
The corpse does not.
That one's lit.
Commortuus in lingua mortua.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Oh, God, we got 7 at the jump. What were you doing here?
Cultists, threat to escape. Jaheira's orders.
Hang on. High Harper Jaheira?
Yes!
Savior of Baldur's Gate?
I know!
Incredible.
Where are you from?
Last light, a safe haven in shadows.
What's your name?
Zahan, Harper Scout.
What happened to you?
God, interrogate. I'm...
Fine, where are your valuables?
Have none.
Shame.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
You ain't been the same.
Okay.
hurry it up, dipshit?
Yeah, don't get your twat in a twist.
Last light.
Good thing you got me. You wouldn't.
Yes, Demon Dragon. I'm very glad that my current girlfriend is a fan of my old one. Anyway. It's a complicated story. I was a different person back then. Literally.
I'll take drinking to dig in any day.
So the other chat don't have anything to say. If they're not lit up, they're not going to say anything. I was not expecting that. Makes sense. She was an elf. She'd still be alive.
Quit distracting me.
Sorry, would you mind if I had another... I have Revivify scrolls, and I'd really like to have a conversation with this dead drow. Why is there drow in the Harpers, though? That's nuts. Anyway, there's a quartet of spiders here. They seem to be gathered around this one, but let's talk to them. Let's talk to... We got... Yeah, we do. Lur Otan.
I speak true, brothers. You know it in your hearts. You know it in your very souls.
We need no Lolth, no Spider Queen. Father Mermuth is the head of Clan Lur. He hatched us, raised us, feeds us.
What care we for his business here? He keeps us small, keeps us contained. We should be with the Spider Queen, revered, adored.
See how the mutiny plays out, or attack the spiders. Drist started. Recall your learnings about Trollololololth. That was the other thing from my D&D game. The world was much smaller. As I said, everything had been broken. And, the Githzerai in our party, who was very, much a literal thinker, did not have a great amount of religious respect. And at one point, this happened before I joined them, so I was told this. At one point, Lolth was brought up, and someone said, you know, you have to be very respectful of Lolth because she's very scary. And he basically said, why? Nothing's gonna go wrong if I just shout, fuck you, Lolth, and start doing this. Or something similar. And then from that point, he was cursed, and every time he went to sleep, he had horrible nightmares that drained his energy.
You've read that harming spiders is illegal among Lolth's faithful, and often punishable by death.
Father Mermuth is our past. Lolth is our future.
These spiders are loyal to the local Dwegar. In the event of a fight, they will join the fray against you, with slavering enthusiasm.
Mermuth? Is that the guy who keeps telling everyone about his useless, hideous spiders? Yeah. That's funnier than the free one. Oh, well, we're gonna do fine. Yeah.
Useless? Hideous?
Xanta, is it so? You see? Father Mermuth's time has passed. Come, brothers. Follow me into Lolth's hairy embrace.
Her embrace. We're ready. We follow.
Yes. Now, brothers, our new dawn awaits.
They leaving? Yes. Okay, they're not attacking. But the point is, now they don't attack us when we inevitably get into a fight with all these Duergar because we're freeing the gnomes. Yeah, well, I mean, they are his useless, hideous spiders. Where'd your spiders go, Mermy?
Quit distracting me.
Did you notice your spiders ran off?
Eh? Oh, those worthless bugs. Always were the stupidest ones I ever raised. Hope the Minotaurs get them.
Well, I feel better about that. There is a trader above us. Stone Guard Kerr or Elder Brithvar? Brithvar. There is something behind here. is...
What's cooking?
Well, let's see if you can. Fucking Christ. Oh, but from up there. Alright, that's fair. Go on, do it.
No bolted.
Woo-ha!
Friends still ain't caught a whiff of it. Slaves are paying the price. Those freaks will get nowhere with
Huh? You can?
Things gone touched in their head.
Right, did I give you the jump boost boots? No! I guess it's just quite accessible from the cages. Oh, anyway.
What's the story? Moving it.
Right, she's got 19 strength now. She actually jumps better than Karlak. Blasphemy, but truth. There's a damaged journal. Most of this old journal's pages are tattered, singed, or stained, though a few remain unblemished. How much time did I waste turning my back to the shadows to gaze at the moon? How many years seeking Seluna's silver radiance, where the darkness was always in reach? Hail, Ketheric Thorn, who uttered these words strange and true. If I wish to see, I must first snuff out the light. A new path lies ahead, and it is Shar's chosen, Ketheric, who will guide me. Right, Shadowheart might have some interesting things to do with that fella then, if we happen to come across him. Sounds like we will, he keeps getting mentioned. He's the guy who, like, buggered the Shadowlands or whatever, so no doubt when we go there... he'll be involved. That's interesting. The nature of the map sort of changes as we move there. I realise travelling with... there's an elevator, but that looks like it goes up. I realise travelling with only 2 party members is not great, but it depends on how, like, lengthy this section is. If it does alright at closing up, then I won't bother, but if it looks like we're getting... it's not even really a down, it's just more out of the way. Though it is difficult to figure what's walkable and what's not.
See where the gnomes...
Flynn ain't found a trace. Found a way past the rockfall is my guess.
Scargill's still at it then.
Frick ain't stopped
Scarjo?
killing those beasts last I saw, and he still ain't broke through.
That's the trader, right? Brithvar. It's not really much of a place, but the journal was there.
No bolted. Sort myself. Friends still ain't caught a whiff of it.
I guess I'd wonder about
Those pricks will get nowhere
that.
with just axes. Friends gone touched in their head.
That's the cult's doing. Donald's
But
joined up too.
I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else you could get in here. Because... it starts going upwards there. It's a strange little alcove. I guess I'm trying to figure out if I really have gotten all of it. That's a skeleton, so we could not speak with dead. Yeah, it's very nothing. But it's totally traversable. Now, how do we jump safely? Like this.
A long way to go still.
You're good too.
All right. What now?
Not everyone subscribes to what is mine is yours, it seems.
Did I just pick something up?
See where the gnomes...
Is that blood? No. Never mind.
I don't know what that was. Sorry.
Scargill's still at it.
Quit distracting me.
Well, he didn't attack.
What path lies before me?
Oh!
The good stuff right here.
Hello?
Sergeant don't know what she's missing.
Hey!
They're starting
So,
to rot.
are you greeting invisible beings or just losing your mind?
You've got a brain of your own. Use it.
The echoes, listen. They're coming from 3 directions.
Losing your mind it is. Probably the tadpole. The weirdest things seem to be.
You ain't been the same since that rock slide.
Got a door
I
there.
say you're scamming the lot of us.
Hell's
Lots of
smug.
dead gnomes. Excuse you. The cheerful
Good thing you
deep
got
gnome.
me. You wouldn't survive a 10-day on your own.
Surrounded by dead deep. Stop!
Assistant. I'll give you that.
You're kicking him in the water.
Eat and drink freely, for the lady doth come.
Good for her. You're gonna kick that one, ain't you? Wow. Okay, can we... Would any of them...
They're starting to rot.
The corpse does...
No.
You got a brain of your own. Use it.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Fables of Faerun 6. The cheerful deep. Now, let's talk to these dudes first.
Unless you're here to kick some stiffs lakeside, I suggest you bugger off.
I hope you're checking them for loot first.
You gotta be kidding. These trash don't have nothing on them but rocks.
Rocks.
Let's have a look. I mean, I'm not going to cry over the... We're going to save the living ones, but the dead ones were dead before we got here. That's not our fault, so I don't see any reason to cry. But if they have something good...
You spot a shiny trinket on one of the corpses.
I'll finish up here. You're wanted with the others.
Thank the Absolute. They're all yours. Absolute.
And now they're no longer illegal to loot.
Deep gnomes, killed under the yoke of slavers.
No shops on the Fugue plane. I might just have a look in your pockets. We'll bow our head. Oh, fuck off, Astarion. I'm allowed to have a soul.
Pray if you want, but they won't thank you for it. The dead are an ungrateful lot.
Know who to take with me if I do an evil path, eh? Though he might have to fight with Minthara for the romance rights. You might be wondering if bowing my head in respect and then looting them is nice, but... Oh, invisibility! Fetish of Kalar Duran Smooth Hands. Now, what kind of fetish would a man named Smooth Hands subscribe to, do you reckon? Anyway. We all get EXP for that lootage. What? Where does that go in? Ring. Another ring. So the thing is, the person I'd turn invisible already has something that'll turn him invisible. So for that reason, I'm not going to equip it, but... Magic item is a magic item. Now the question is, do we actually do the job of throwing them in the lake? Or...
Come on, let's go.
Do we get Karlak to gather a few of them up for throwing material? Oh, don't do that.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Okay, would it... Alright. Moral question. Would it be righteous irony or morbidly fucked up to attack the Dwergar with the bodies of these deep gnomes? Would Demon Dragon do it, is my question. If someone killed you, you would approve. I don't think I'm going to do it, but that's only because the returning pike is so much better. If I was still at the point of using chests, I would probably use the... Oh god, you can still see the... Oh. You just can't reach him anymore because you're not allowed in the water. There's no swimming in Baldur's Gate 3. What is this? Spyro the Dragon 1? Your ranger actually put him in the water? Well. Deep in the Underdark lived Doyle, a plucky deep gnome slave. Day and night he and his brother toiled for 5 Dwergar smiths, mining iron and mithril until their arms ached and their eyes burned. Faster! Cried the Dwergar, and faster Doyle would dig, even into the night while his masters slept, smiling all the while. How can you smile while we slave? Asked the brother. Because I wish our masters such success, was Doyle's reply. Words of the Dwergar's quality weapons and armour quickly spread. To meet demand, the Dwergar brought in more slaves and began to forge and stockpile their wares at the dig site. Yet Doyle dug harder than ever, his wide grin never faltering. Soon the Dwergar's operation grew so great that they commanded 20 deep gnome slaves. The day the 21st came, Doyle laughed and whooped so loud his Dwergar captors sought silence in a nearby grotto. The slavers returned to find Doyle and his fellow deep gnomes clad in robust mithril armour and carrying mighty iron weapons, all taken from the slavers' stockpile. The 5 Dwergar fell quickly, for they were no match for 21 armed deep gnomes, and Doyle? He never stopped smiling. Beneath the fable, an incensed reader has written a brief review. Garbage! This where the gnomes are getting bright ideas? Anyhow, I don't get it. The lesson makes no damn sense.
Never wanted the easy path.
Okay, so my next question is, if you're a necromancer, we can follow the using the gnomes to kill their captors idea to an even more bombastic conclusion. You and your fucking summon armies. We've read that, haven't we?
Eat and drink freely, for the lady
Locked doors
doth come.
here. Is it a sin to open?
A crooked touch.
At least things have stayed interesting. Very well.
I mean, this doesn't look like the Dwergar are using it.
Oh. The scraps of a nightfall feast.
That's a
To
religion
break
check?
bread in Shah's name, then spill blood in her name. A sacred rite.
Well, we don't want any of that.
Don't mind if I do.
That might be worth a look.
We may want to preemptively
There's no time to waste.
remove the burning. Interestingly, the fire is still there.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
So many nice things to sell in here. Oh, all the silverware, I suppose.
I'll give it a shot.
I mostly just thought it'd be rotten food. Try to add it to where? There we go.
Holding.
I'll get encumbered.
Another step forward.
What a charmer.
You won't.
Hello. Uh-huh.
There is your frequent problem of pinging things because you were using Alt to highlight. Yes, I don't like it. Well, my problem is I can't pick things up with the label if I want to add them to wares. But I also cannot find this tray as a clickable. So I'm going to have to get rid of it. Or rather, I'm going to have to leave it.
What to do?
Anyway, she can give all those to the trader once we go back out.
On my way.
Oh, it just gets more and more winding. I might come back there. Because it goes further off. Up. There's also something back here. Right now, I'll decide where to go when I come back. It's about break time, so I'm going to take my break. I'll be back in about 20.
Who are you people? And how did you come to have so many friends?
What a day.
How
Hello.
much further can I go?
We had a raid while I was away. Sorry about that. But the food is eaten and I return to this horrible wreck of a place. To say the damn least. I do not know how far this extends. But I should probably head this way to make sure I don't forget that it's there. There are more Dwergar to talk to, no doubt, but button there, I assume that's just like this one and opens the door from the other side. I wonder how you'd get in from the other side. And I can see Arrow of Lightning, but I don't know where. The label shows up and enters the screen and leaves the screen, so I think that might mean it's above me. Like it's up, yeah, it'll be up there. Okay, that's fine.
Curious. That stone there is prime spot for an ambush.
So what's happening? A stone is oh, here it is.
Wanna dance? Phew.
You come down here, move this stone. There. We have a hidden stash.
No one back home won't ever believe this.
Scroll of Grace, money, potion of animal speaking, greater healing, regular hide armor.
One day I'll catch a
not
break.
needed. Not needed. I just quick save. What do we have? Ochre jelly. I think because we noticed that it's prime for an ambush, we didn't get surprised. Like, that's what the passing of that check means. It's good. I don't know if we want to go near the acid, per se, but... I mean, he's in range. Let's have Astarion actually do a melee sneak attack this time. He gets the assassinate initiative, so it'll hurt. There's 3 of them, but I can only see 2. Where's the third? Quite a ways away. 52 HP each.
Time to push my luck again.
What do we know about these? Resistance to slashing. Yeah, acid doesn't hurt you, which is weird. You'd think it would. They're resistance to lightning, so we shouldn't use Shadowheart's Coal Lightning on them, but that'd be a bit overkill probably anyway. I swapped my Firebolt out for Ray of Frost. Reduces movement speed. Higher movement cost encumbered. Am I encumbered? Why am I encumbered? Well, I can deal with that after the fight, I guess. I don't really need to run around any. Sure, let's have a free crit.
Now this is my happy place.
I You may as well rage. We've got 3 enemies. And now begin the expert throwing gameplay.
Good idea, Karlak.
Nearly dead. Let's swap off to you. Can she continue her second throw? Yes, she can. I think so, at least. Just my thought being, if Shadowheart can kill this one, then she can throw it along with more health. She might manage with a 75% firebolt. Maybe. Yeah. You throw for the 29 HP.
Easy.
And fucking destroy it. Alright, Mr. Faraway, what are you gonna do? Good luck. I'm not even gonna move.
Let's finish this.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna miss, is what you're gonna do.
Put him up.
You're gonna miss and we're gonna laugh at you.
Count on me.
Can we reach that? Not from here. This might actually be difficult to reach. Well, she can go as far as there. Please. Ooh. No? Ah! There it is.
This'll help.
Just made it. Yeah, that was not hard. We got 1 spit. The acid still landed, because like the miss, I guess, was for whatever damage would have been on. Ogre Jelly Slime. Gold ring. More gold. What should I get rid of? That's right. We did get the Blazer of Benevolence, but we didn't like it. Everything's green. I guess that's why you have dye. What happens if we dye this? Oh, much better. That's much more meat. 5 pounds of healing potions. Let's split those around, yeah? Recipes did we just unlock? Fungal bamboozler. Confusion. Lightning resistance. Tadpole elixir. I'm sorry, tadpole elixir? Is that what I think it is? I got the home brewer achievement for that. That's the 3rd thing I've alchemized. Tadpole elixir. Where did that go? Problem is I've made holes in my inventory, which is the worst thing to do because it means that whatever you've just put is now going to be buried in amongst all of your bullshit. There it is. Gains psionic weakening and psionic enrichment. Oh, it doesn't give you a tadpole power. I thought it would give you a tadpole power. Affected entity has disadvantage on con saves, whiz saves, and intelligence saves. I don't like that. But it also gives you advantage on all attacks after you use a tadpole power. Right, that's less cool. I'm not going to drink it then. That sounded like it gave you a, like it was a makeable version of the specimens. It really, really did.
Something good here, I hope. Should mind my step.
I don't know where the bloody hell you came up with all them, but I guess if you don't use them, you'd have that many, yeah. That ends there. We explored that corner, right? Yeah, we did. Chest. Thing is, I think this map has enough verticality to it that things change. Yeah, 'cause there's shit up here. This game doesn't really let you move the camera up. You have to find a way up.
Well, hello. Rope and gear.
But that does make it hard to...
Someone was feeling adventurous.
Consider how well you're doing. It's just because, yeah, the
wonder if the gods are watching
the powers on offer don't seem worth it. That's true. I don't know if they have a negative effect yet, but I decided to take them.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, these way fuck all. We'll take them. There is a red thing over there that looks like alchemy. Lulse candle. There we go. I keep thinking of it as Lulse candy. Don't think I'd want to take any candy offered to me by the Spider Queen. Yeah, God, it goes up, surely. Sure as shit it goes up, fuck. Another door there. And then there's the question of jumping, because like Karlach maybe could have jumped up there. Shadowheart as well. More here. And yeah, as you go up, the map changes. This is not what that looked like before. So it's going to take us a while to get the exploring done proper.
Here goes nothing.
Let feast the eyes of the faithful. Know your goddess. Know her command.
Don't need to unlock the door, there's a big hole. Downwards is invalid. Again, double checking the map to be sure that there's nothing lit up there, which there isn't. Don't seem to have any enemies here. That's dead. So much walking around just to find a space where I can open the thing. We may as well lockpick this.
With pleasure.
I don't remember if that gives me XP or not, but no.
Can't give up now. Don't waste a step.
Rufflesome blackguard hat. For the discerning raconteur, spinning of stories, and peacockish personality. I just all I want for patch 6 is for this camp cosmetic armor to include the head slot. I don't need gloves, I don't need boots. I've already got shoes. Yeah, they got body and shoes. And I mean, this is a game that doesn't have separate chest and pants, just body. So arguably the missing ones are gloves, hat, and I guess cape, but we've still never fucking found a cape.
What's next?
No one has a cape. It is notably an empty slot, and we have never found anything to give anybody. Why is Act 1 capeless? 5 XP for everybody, or 5 XP for the rogue? Because that would make the rogue scale hilariously over time compared to the others if it wasn't party based. Yeah. Oh, hello.
Hold it! I swear to Iron Hand, one more step and a blow us to chunks.
An ashen scent fills the air. The barrel is filled with smoke powder, but the scent is acrid, as if contaminated somehow. Or much, much more concentrated.
Careful. I'd rather not have to pick bits of gnome from my hair.
Shut your mouth, Hoon, or I'll shut you down.
The more expensive version of what? Do you get a free cape if you buy the deluxe? I never looked into Baldur's Gate's extras because I didn't buy this myself. It's the sort of if it's upgradable, it's the sort of thing I might look at if I was going to replay it on my own, if there were like goodies that I wanted, but fancy dice. Yeah, I only have 2 options, I believe, in my dice. There's the I can't actually check it unless there's a test, but the purple and the blue one, and then I think you can get golden for passing honor mode, but I don't know if there's more. Hold on, there's something different about that powder.
Damn right, Fecker. Now shut your face before I melt it clean off. I know what you are. One of Nia's cult goons. Sailed right in. Better to die in this shit heap than rot in Moonrise. You want me? Come get me.
Smile sincerely and hold out your hand. That doesn't seem right. Are you sure about this? Once you're dead, that's it. It's over. I don't care. Go on, blow us up. Yeah, that's the Gustav answer, maybe. We don't get to intimidate much, but this is actually to me, the wording of this is actually cleverer than any of the others, because it's less like it's labeled intimidation, but it's like the logic. It's like, you know, if I were a true soul, I'd have fucking killed you. Stop. Don't be idiot. That's pretty good with the charisma character in the main slot. Helps stuff.
Not a true soul. And I'm supposed to believe that.
Yeah, I'm a false soul. I tell lies.
Shit. I can't do it. Go on. Drag me to Moonrise. I'll make you cult nutters suffer.
I won't. I don't want you, but I will take that smoke powder, though.
You want to barter with rune powder? Look, you have no idea what you're dealing with. Any true Iron Hand would trade their life for a grain of this stuff. I'll spare you a vial.
Very generous. How would you rate its destructive power, Philomene? The scale we tend to use in this party is hundredths of a gale. You're not familiar with that? Well, we could demonstrate, but I actually don't know how to do that. He doesn't explode if you kill him, does he? Because that would be very strange. The impression that I have gotten is that eventually there is a way to explode him. And that impression is based on my own extrapolation, based on things I've heard of. From a pair of people playing this game together, one of whom seemed very, 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 very much to enjoy detonating the other. Who knows who they'd be? Where will you go now?
I go where there's shit to stir, and there's no shortage of options. I'm getting gone. You ought to do the same.
23 to 38 damage. The rune powder inside explodes when ignited. Karlak?
Hey, good looking.
You're our resident operator of incendiaries.
Looking ahead.
It is definitely on the Gale scale. Hand-drawn map of Grimforge. Helpful. Now, if this was clever, this would be akin to letting our world map fully reveal. A map of Grimforge drawn by hand, yet highly detailed. Points of interest are marked with black X's, aside from two, which are identified by bold red circles, one on each level of the fortress. The words hiding spot are written within the upper level circle. The lower level circle is identified as smoke powder reserve.
I've got a long road ahead.
You sure do. We found Philomene. She wants nothing to do with the others. We should focus on helping the rest.
If not over, then
yes, it's interesting that she got away from the Dwergar. But then again, so did, what's her name, Thulla? Supplies.
More for me.
Oh, everything's gonna bloody encumber me, but it can go to camp. Oh, come on. Just give us our options. Don't make me go into my inventory, find it, and then give it to fucking camp. Here. To camp. And the potato. Grimforge a history, that sounds new. The binding of this book is thicker than its combined pages, which is surprisingly devoid of detail. We know little of the ones that came before, but we know they worshipped the Lady of Loss. We know they constructed the great fortress and named... Next few words are smeared and illegible. But from whence they came and why they departed, now this is a mystery even to Ketheric Thorm himself. What we do know is that Shar's Chosen has heard her call, just as Grimforge served our mistress 800 years nigh. So it would again. Here, Thorm's dark Justicars shall arise. Here we shall fulfill our goddess's pact, and here we will rebuild the lost city of Grimforge. So far will our shadows spread, and so dark will they be that Salune's light may forever be extinguished.
Shar's blessings upon you.
You have nothing to say about that book? Wow. Haste, fly, speak with dead, and phantasmal killer. That's quite a lot of damage. It takes 4 to 40 psychic damage per turn. Cannot move. Has disadvantage on everything worth doing in life. But it's delayed. It doesn't hit them immediately. And considering how quickly Karlach operates, that means it's probably not going to be very useful. Though the bottom edge is smooth, the jagged edge at the top of the tablet reveals it was broken away from a larger slab. Its inscription begins mid-sentence. Maybe we can get them in order then. This fragment appears to be part of a larger stone slab. The top edge is cleanly hewn, the bottom is jagged. So said Shar to me, Ketheric Thorm. It was Lord Eo who created chaos. It was from chaos that I formed, and it is I who anoint you my paladin. From this day forth let my laws be known. The law of secrets. What is a secret? But a miserable pile of man. What is a secret but truth cast into darkness? Lurk in the shadows and listen for hushed words. The softer a thought spoken, the more power it contains, the more discord it sows, the more scars it may carve. If a man brags of affairs, tell his wife. Carry his words to his wife. Oh, literally! To be specific, I didn't read that. That was my joke. I interpreted it as affairs like talking about what's going on in the world. I didn't think it was being literal. If a man brags of affairs, carry his word to his wife. If a daughter steals from her father, whisper the truth. The deceived turn to Shar. Cuckolds find solace in shadow. Do this up. The inscription ends here. Both the top and bottom of this one are uneven. Do this once a 10-day, and the Lady of Lost shall know you. The lore of nightfall. From the moon falls the foulest of lights. It peeks through cracks and fissures, illuminating the most remote recesses of the Underdark. Light bestows hope, a pernicious notion which must be extinguished. At the darkest hour, pray to your lady and feast in her honour. The second day after, slay a disciple of Selûne, if none may be found, while a Thandarian or Mistran are an acceptable offering. Do this once a 10-day, and the Lady of Lost shall know you. The Or of Obeyance. The word of Ketheric Thorm is the word of Shar. You shall put no god nor mortal before him. You shall question him in neither word nor deed. When the sun has fallen and the moon is new, bow your head in prayer. Proclaim your devotion to Shar and her paladin, Ketheric Thorm. Promise your soul and flesh, and seek no fortune nor favour. When your prayer is finished, speak thus. Mistress Shar, I have glorified your name. Master Thorm, I have cried out your word. I am your servant, forevermore. So said Shar to me, Ketheric Thorm. So as it is decreed, and so it is done. Wield the power of secret. Where light shines, extinguish it. Heed the word of your mistress and master. Do this, and the Lady of Lost shall know you. How much do these weigh? Too fucking much. Can we put them together, is my question. If we pick them all up. Not read them, if we pick them all up, can we combine them? Of course, we are slow again. Can we? No! Well, send them to camp. Part of the book archives. Too heavy they be to carry around. Take the money. Try to get that journal. If the skeleton is not going to stay in the way, good God. Are you fucking serious? There it is. Day 1. Never saw a beast like it. Bloated with muscle, tusks as long as my arms. Scent of charred flesh, but I saw no flames. The stone might have been parchment, so quick did the creature charge through it. The other Justicars are dead. Close to. It wasn't alone. Hell Knights, too. Masks bolted to their faces like plaques to keep wall. Day 3. Trapped. Another rampage and down the walls came. Started to dig. Not sure. Day 7. It's done. May Shar's shadows keep me. Lady of Sorrows, guide us.
What's in here?
I think that's it. Nothing to really jump on. That's what I'm always paranoid for in this game. Up. Everywhere I go, even once I'm sure that I've properly vetted everything in front of me, we still need to do a sweep for up. In this case, I think there is no up. Down too sometimes, but down is usually easier to notice. For example, in the world of up.
Well.
The camera does not really allow that
Where to?
to be entertained, which gives me the impression that there's another way. But what we did learn from being over here, or for having the camera up there, was that there is shit up there. There it is. Is that the jump you're talking about? The insane one being this one? Yeah. Not even she. That said, now she can. She's the only one who can, and I don't know that this is that useful. Because she can't unlock this. Well, maybe. Try it.
Almost.
Not as such. We got 38 tools though. Give it a go. Come on. 37 tools. Give it a go. Yeah. There's a ladder. Good God, it goes more up. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm just scouting. I'm just curious and fully expecting to get up here some other way with everybody. Is why I'm not exploring all the nooks. I'm not examining every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Oh, that's fucking weird. Yeah. Okay, so there's definitely quite a bit of up. I'm gonna reload though, keep the jump ability because I don't want to. I've only entered that door from the other. Yeah, so it's definitely we will get there later. You don't need to do that jump. That's a very silly jump. Yeah, I'm genuinely curious as to how much stuff I have missed. I don't think it's arrogance to say that I have missed... And I don't mean storyline stuff, because obviously I missed talking to the Dwergar that we attacked immediately, and whatever decisions we've made. Like, we've missed tons of conversations because you have to play this game. But in terms of explorable locations, in terms of the actual terrain, I don't think it's arrogance to say that I have missed less than most people, and that's not because I'm super good at noticing things. It's... I mean, shit, I'm not. I'm better at making logical... jumps and hearing things than I am at seeing things in the map, but it's just because everybody is here to point at stuff, and so we're all pulling what we found.
No one stopped me yet. Moving in.
That said, my usual method of following guides for this sort of thing when I play RPGs, I generally follow guides not to tell me what to do, but to tell me what's there to be found. I'd probably still find even more stuff if I wasn't streaming it, but because I am, I'm at least getting the pooled knowledge of everybody. Yeah, but I think there's a difference between, like, how to solve an encounter versus... Hey, there's a room over there that's going to lead to an entire fucking dungeon full of Kuatoa. Like, if you knew something that cool was there, and I was walking past it... I feel like that's a situation where I would encourage folks to say, hey, click on that thing. Because that's not telling you what to do with the Kuatoa, it's just telling you that they're there. Yeah, and there's some things that don't pop up because of prior choices you've made. Like, for example, because I wandered into the goblin camp with Sazza, I have no idea what happens if you don't. There is a door here. There's also Ward Pistol, Ward Magmar, and Stick Pit. Stick Pit.
What's that?
I don't know, but why did we just roll 10 of those? Collapsed archway button. How many was that? Shadowheart, Shadowheart, Shadowheart. That's 3. I see the button. And I see the other thing, but I don't see a third.
What's inside?
Which means it's possible one of those 3 was universally failed. Could be a hole, but on the other side. Maybe. Don't know why it would light up for us then, though. Well, no, hang on. First, take a look at the... Where'd it go? Here it is.
I'm way too big.
Smoke powder. Who had the other smoke powder? Did I have it? I did. Let's give everybody their own explosive.
What now?
A little souvenir.
All's well that ends. Well, not as bad as it could have.
Skulls?
These boots have seen everything.
That's interesting. What's going on back here? Could be... because like this looks fucking weird too. It looks sort of broken. Like it's two different layers, but I think that's because of vertical changes. Because this map works for the lower level, but then we go up a level before we reach here. But what is happening there? Again, it could be verticality differences. Because it doesn't look... yeah, it's just rock. Okay. I think what's happening to the right is on a higher level. Your Goblin Camp entry was telling them that you could take everyone out with your bare hands, and then they got scared and let you through. Yes, that is quite a straightforward method of getting your point across, but if it works, it works. Yeah, so we've pretty much explored everything to the right of this staircase on the lowest level. Up is what remains.
Hey, stick shit! It's stick pin, you piss pot. That's what I said. Stick shit.
My mug's gone dry, stick shit.
You heard her, stick shit. Fill her up.
Yeah, stick shit.
Another stick shit. Piss pot. You flirt. Now jump to it. Or it's up to the lift and straight to the shadows.
Cruelty like that poisons the soul. Till one day, you drop dead, or the person you're fucking with snaps and puts a sword in your eye.
True soul, yeah? Tell the sergeant we won't move a pebble.
I heard a true soul was trapped. Shouldn't you be helping?
Hold out your hands, Oon.
You heard the man. Let's see him.
What for?
Less our skin, more showing.
No?
Scout all you want. You got 5 working fingers. Perfect for digging. You want there? You claw him out. My drinking hand's busy.
I don't like your attitude.
And I don't like pig shit, but damned if your mouth ain't spewing it. You want respect? Let your absolute pay for it. Till then, bugger off. Hey, stick shit. Where's my drink? Coming right up, piss pot. Stick shit talks like smug, and he wrecked that shroom village.
And then shagged it.
Here's to smug, nasty prick.
It is interesting that he's allowed to call them piss pot.
Same as the goblins had.
Like, they don't give a shit about that. Obviously this isn't a good situation, but they don't go straight to beating the shit out of him for it, which I imagine a lot of Dwergar would. And I guess I wonder why.
stare into the eye, your reflection stares back.
Fuck you, Sauron.
The longer you stare, the more uneasy you feel. There is a presence. You are seen.
Smile and that's the bard thing to do is smile and wave.
The scrying eye doesn't blink. The scrying eye seems...
I suppose poking the eye might have been interesting.
You still hanging around?
Attack! Leave!
Shove off! I'm not sharing.
As if I'd swallow a drop of that swill. What did I just roll?
As if you could handle it. Slow spat will drop a poon like you in a blink.
A what like me?
Clear out! Yeah, face is bugging me.
A what like me?
Piss off!
No need to be rude, I'm on your side.
My side? I heard the piss pot. You're a true soul, same as Near. So like I said, piss off.
No, you don't understand. Thulla sent me to save you.
Ha! Thulla was mad as a rutting badger, but she weren't a friend of any true soul. What about piss off, do you? Hold on. You aren't just talking shit, are you? Then shh. Keep it low. Don't let them hear you.
That's what I was doing.
Why in the hottest hells would a true soul be helping me?
Look, the worm in my brain's weird. What can I say? I just love killing. I'm not really a true soul.
Fine. Let's say I believe you. You want to kill these peckers. I'm not complaining. But you better finish the job, because I'll be the one to suffer if you don't. Ain't you hearing me, prickhole? Piss off to every last hell.
No.
Off with you. They'll get suspicious.
There's two scenarios here. It's either a quirk of these Duergar or it's a quirk of this gnome. And what do I mean by that? I mean, either these particular Duergar find it funny when the slaves swear at them, which is entirely possible, or this particular gnome has a reputation for inventive swearing, and as such, they all let him do it. None of them punish him for it because it's amusement. So it's either coming from them or from him. I do not know which. But it's unusual.
Shit. You got one of Nair's moon lanterns, Zharg?
What's that?
One of them pixie lamps. If you're headed to Moonrise, you won't last without it.
Toplands are clogged with the Death Dark. Choke you in no time.
What the fuck is the Death Dark?
You daft? It's there in the name. Shadows up there black as the lower dark. A few sniffs could fell an ogre.
Sounds like the Shadow Curse. We must be getting closer to Moonrise. Perhaps we should seek out this Near while we can, though.
All right.
Agreed. Next stop, Near.
Stop hating everything! We're trying to survive, you petty prick! Oh, what's that? There's a special item that might prevent us from getting ripped apart by the darkness up there, and you're going to stop here and try to get it? What, out of self-preservation? Oh, how dare you. I'm mad now. Cock. He's still only 20. But compared to the ladies who are strength for strength and how much they fucking love me, it is a bit of a joke. So this way, and this elevator is leaving the zone. I thought it would take us up to that area that I had Karlach jump to. But I guess if this is exiting. Let me just double check that and see what happens when I click on it. But
better not be cursed.
yeah, fuck me. That's the go. That's the bye-bye lift. All right.
Thought I told you to move.
Well, let's leave the angry drunks alone, and perhaps we'll find a way up later. That is indeed the bye-bye lift. Good to know. That's a lift that you only click on when you finish with the mountain path. Well, that's if we go with the lift, then, because the mountain path will give us another way. But yes, this is the second time we've encountered a move on button. There's this lift, and then there's the mountain pass itself. My understanding, though, is that, or at least my guess, is that if I click on this, it will move me past the point where the mountain path would move me. Whereas the mountain path would lead me to the point that the lift would bring me. So the lift is not the advisable option to take if you're aiming to see everything. There's nothing wrong with taking it, but it did tell me to tie up loose ends, so... You would still want to take it, if you were going to take it, after you finish here. Each have their own... Well, I mean, I could save before I did either, but I'll probably go above ground.
What's a fort like this doing?
Reinforcements, huh? Let's see how long you last.
Don't know what a fort like this is doing in the Underdark, but I hope I didn't cut off any response lines to that. There's a trader, that's good. We need to offload some crap. Docks plaque.
Come into her shadow.
What?
Let all that is past be forgotten.
I mean, if that's what she's into, good, but... I've never met her. Shadow or otherwise, I don't want to jump straight to that, you know? Stonemason Gurgarin.
If you aren't here to inspect the stonework, then get lost. And if you are, well, I doubt you've got anything useful to say.
Do you have a twin brother drinking booze by the lift?
How peculiar. Smooth face, cobbled edges. They're a sign. They must be. A sun dweller in these parts. Look here, my topside friend. I need fresh eyes, and I doubt I'll find fresher.
I know a fella named Volo who's good at ripping them out. Friendly welcome is strange in the Underdark.
As rare as a smile in Sindelrin, you might say. But I've no skill for slaving. I prefer chisel to cane. But these learned eyes reach their limits, and so I must humbly request yours.
What do you want me to look at?
The rock, the rubble, all of it, if I may be so bold. Take a look. Tell me what you see, and be thorough.
Oh boy. I know everything about this place. In fact, it was hand-forged by a flumph called Grim. He was invisible, like as in the game mechanic, or as in his model wasn't there? Let's try to remember the fables of Forges Grim.
You recall the tale of a Sharan fortress armed with impenetrable adamantine, a metal created by a gnomish mage. There were also whispers of the gnome's secret project, an invincible guardian.
Oh, good, a
though
boss.
Its existence was never proven.
We'll fight it later, no doubt.
What do you think?
I think we tell him the real story because I actually like the guy, though it would be funny to just fill his brain with bullshit. Yeah, we can do these others as well. Survey the area for unseen curiosities.
Several glassy stones stand out in the debris. Their borders are coated with tiny yellow crystals. The hottest of flames smoothed the stone and left sulfuric crystals behind. The fires of the hells have touched Grimforge.
Assess the statue.
The statue's meandering curves and golden edges stand out against the weathered masonry.
Well, I sure do enjoy me some meandering curves.
Two styles, two eras. The statue was carved from newer stone and erected by latecomers to this ancient fortress.
Anything standing out?
Shush! I got more checks to do. Fallen rubble. Straight successes.
Boulders and stone bricks of various sizes clutter the corridor. Many split cleanly in two. Yet some walls remain fully intact. No quake brought these rocks down. They were smashed through in an instant. Something big charged through here. Something very big.
Well, the journals from the Sharans would suggest as such. This conversation reveals a whole lot less when you have already read the Sharan cuckold books. Yeah. We'll recite the tale first, because I think that comes before reporting.
How fascinating. I told my kinfolk that book learning has its benefits. A crafty gnome, helping forge a fortress that would last an eon. Mythic metal atop stone hewn by the devoted. That's to say nothing of this tale of an invulnerable protector. It's unfortunate the Sharan's successors found no proof. Doesn't explain this infernal plate I found, though. Here. Take it. Perhaps you'll be able to figure out why it's here. But my work has only begun. There is more still to find. I must get to it.
Before that, let's do shopping, yeah?
Well, let's see what you've got.
Silver. Ooh, more of that shit. I mean, we've got a lot now. I don't think it's as exciting because Dammon won't take any. But now, hang on, that's got a different name. This dented piece of black metal has a red shine to it no matter the lighting. Faint screams echo through your mind whenever you touch it. That's what infernal iron is described. But alloy... The ridges in this metal glow faintly, drawing your gaze. The longer you watch its hellish pulsations, the harder it is to remember who and where you are. Very normal reaction. God, do we have too much shit. I don't know why I'm keeping all of the outfits. Perhaps Shadowheart is vain.
Someone there.
Karlak, you have wares. You took all the silverware. I think we can get rid of the dog collar now. The alloy is better. Make sure that Karlach does not use it. How do I ensure that? Does it let me pick? Or do I need to, like... be careful with the... make sure it's in camp, perhaps? Yeah. Let's... I'm thinking of offloading some gear, but like, yeah, let's get rid of the padded armor 1 because it's 3 pounds. Let's get rid of this blazer because it's barred only and I know I don't want it. Because I already have padded +2 and I prefer the armor class to the temporary hit points. I don't mind keeping magic gear that I'm not using if it's light, but if it's heavy I want it gone. That shakes about 7 pounds off me, which is going to give me more room to pick up random shit. And let's get rid of the loot, I guess, because we're already using the violin. Keep the crooked wand of fireballs because it's funny. Yeah, right. What do you have that I didn't already give you? You got scrolls, yeah, nothing that sticks out.
That's all then.
If you give an infernal iron to her, that'll be the one that gets used. Look at that, I have actual space. This thing following me now.
The scrying eyes.
It isn't bloody oblivious to me. It is wherever I am.
Shh. I can't focus with you breathing so close.
Well then, goodbye.
I'll give you one thing. You've got a keen eye. Even sharks have their uses.
I thought I was a hoon. Or a poon. Look, I'm a lot of things according to these people. That's interesting. That there that looks like a dead end is actually the stair down, isn't it? Yes. Okay, that makes sense. There's lots of ways up, down that way, but I did say we'd... Oh my god. And, okay. Don't forget that. This looks contained. Let's go do this one now. Scrabble, 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 scrabble. That's perfectly safe.
Now this is a Harper rune. There must be a stockpile.
Oop! Oh, hey! Why the fuck are they friends?
What's this?
A mimic is meant to be powerful, but singular. This actually got you what the fucking at Harper's for once. Hey, look, I've played Baldur's Gate 2. Harper's do not get a pass. That said, as the dead drow mentioned the name Jaheira, if Jaheira is in charge of the Harpers right now, then they are beyond fucking reproach. But in Baldur's Gate 2, they can fuck themselves. I do not know if we need to rage. It's not gonna hurt. Well, it will, just them. Go the furthest away one.
That's it.
And this is why throwing builds are stupid.
Can you feel death's cold grip?
Well, I certainly wouldn't have described it like that. Looks like you're not going to be able to get there. Can you not walk? No, you can't because Karlak is in the way. You don't have to giggle about it.
Close ranks.
Go over there.
The dance macabre.
Now you still can't. Is that big? It's not because of movement. It's because of me now, is it?
Nothing will stand in my way.
What is wrong with...
Moving.
Not enough movement. Okay, yes, good. Now you're finally saying it. Fine, shoot. Immune to the acid damage, but you still took the hit. Good enough. One day I'll remember to do this damn Hunter's Mark.
I wonder if this is worth the cost. Blood comes easy these days.
Um... 12 to 17, not worth trying. Don't have a need for bonus action, so I'll just offhand crossbow. Starren is cosplaying both of the twins. What?
My faith will protect me.
Oh, that's right. I should load up 14 when this stream finishes and make sure I download the patch, because I haven't been playing it, because I don't need to level every day anymore, because I'm nearly finished with that. What are your chances with Firebolt? 55%. What are your chances with this? 75%. But the damage is lower. Your chance to Sacred Flame? 65%. Oh, you don't mean the Ellison twins. Fair. That's nice. That'll about do us. 2 mimics still alive, but one of them's half fucked. And you miss. Now that one's an easy win. The timing! Like, a lot of the time when we do Cutting Words or Vicious Mockery or whatever, the bard voice line that plays happens while a bunch of other sound effects go off, and it's a shame. But that was, like, perfectly directed to hit right at the sound lull. That was excellent. Anyway. You do have advantage there? Good. Does that mean you get the sneak attack? Should do. Yes. Would you get it with your melee, though? Yes. I prefer that, because he's got the dual wield.
To the death.
What in God's name just happened? Okay, I'm glad he hit, but what was with the 10-second delay?
Smell blood.
We're too close. I'm just gonna actually reckless attack go at them then. Do we have like a shoving attack? Charge forward. All it means is losing some to hit. Eh. I'll hit anyway. Yeah. Yeah, fine. Jesus. I will do the enraged throw to finish it off.
No choice but but to keep going.
I kind of want to kill it with Vicious Mockery if I can. Shadowheart, could you soften up the 12 HP with your crossbow? Perfect.
Come on. Can't stay idle.
Now shame it to death. Don't miss.
Back to the anus that spat you out.
Oh, that would have been such a good kill, but it was only 3 damage. Close enough. It was still me. I followed it up. Back to the anus and spat you out. Wondrous. I love that we get the contents of the chest, basically, now. Your armor class goes up, and if you have Bardic Inspiration, you get 1 more use of it. That would be instead of a healing bonus. I think that's a much better choice for me. Harder to hit and more Bardic Inspiration. Healing another creature, giving it resistance against all of the physicals, is nice. But this is cooler. A series of motivational quotes have been enthusiastically removed from the embroidery as if in protest. Where'd it go? Here it is. What do you have on gloves? Missile snaring. You have the healing ones. Missile snaring are good, but situational.
No time to rest.
Really, a lot of D&D as it goes on is like, I have a new cool effect
That might be worth a look.
that is arguably weaker than the old cool effect, but because it's new, I want to try it.
Traps. How considerate.
Toy chest, and then that creates or dispels the illusion hiding the real Harper stash. Let's disarm it. Did you really need this to be trapped, by the way, when you already have it guarded by a trio of mimics?
Hardly a challenge.
Sorry it wasn't challenging enough for you, Vistarian. Would you rather the mimic have ripped your dick out before we finish the fight? Scroll of Evidence. A snug tube designed to protect its contents from wind, weather, and time. It's okay, Grefter. The Harpers aren't here. They're not real. They can't hurt you. The first few inches of this scroll are written in formal, elaborate script. To the Emerald Enclave and those deemed worthy to see this record, greetings from those who harp. Know ye that the one known as Ketheric Thorm, Paladin of Shar, is guilty of crimes against body and spirit. They include, but are not limited to, murder, slavery, and desecration of temples most holy. Let our intent be known. An alliance between the Harpers and the Emerald Enclave. United we may end Thorm's reign of terror. The High Harpers eagerly await your good word. Is that evidence? I feel like that's just words.
At the ready.
Or does it count as evidence because a Harper is the one who wrote it and they are divine? At least according to Harpers. Yeah, okay, we don't need to do fancy jumping there. We'll be able to get up. Like I said, they're fucking cops. Yes. I think that's a jumping area because it's all rushing water. We'll just get knocked into the abyss if we try. Don't come up or anything, friends. There you go. Oh, humans centipeding their way up the cracked rock. Astarion, back off a bit. You're clipping through my model and not in the fun way. Elder Roth, Deep Rothcarve. Is one of them going to be weird too? I'm going to find Strange Ox's cousin.
Tired. Sleep.
Rest, little one. But do not take long. I feel his shadow. I heard his name whispered. The rock shivers from the sound. The Ketheric Thorm.
Ketheric Thorm, a familiar name. Halsin mentioned his stronghold deep underground.
Do you mean the Dark Justicar commander?
Mighty elf, cloaked in darkness. 10 masters ago, and 10 more. But I remember. There was the work, and the blood. There was the Thorm's army. There was the Hellbeast that broke them. The Ketheric Thorm's name faded into stone. Until the Nier came.
Hellbeast. You mean like me, Horns?
No. Bigger. Angrier. I saw tusks and flesh. Smelled fire and eggs. It came with the mask men. Crashing and smashing.
Impressive memory. How old are you?
I outlived my mother, and her mother's mother, and many mothers beyond. Blessed to see many live, cursed to see many die.
That was a long time ago. What does Nier have to do with Ketheric?
I know not, so I say not. Yet I hear his name again, said by the shadows.
Fucking hell. And then we just get moo. That is the most insightful moo I have ever heard in my life. Thank you.
Afraid of Thorm.
Do not think on it further. Rest. I will see you safe.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Oh, are those two still talking?
We aren't all created equal. Even in the world of the Wrath. Stop it. Stop it.
Keep your distance, darling.
Yes, the chest is haunted. There's a hand from the sky that made it jiggle around. Open the fucker.
Let's get going.
No. Fucky.
What's hiding here?
Open the butt. Shoes. No. A light crossbow +1. It's not a hand crossbow, so I'm not really that keen.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
On sloth, gluttony, and vice. All wonderful ideas. Endure! 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 So commands Ladagir the Taskmaster. Endure! Cry it out as your hammer strikes rock. Endure! Shout it as your axe splits your enemy's skulls. Endure! Holler as your cane strikes your slaves' backs. Toil is our duty and our blessing. Toil is the reward we grant our sons and servants. Yet beware the great enemy of toil. The scourge that wounds us at hours. tankard. It is not only ale that pours forth from it, but indolence, gluttony, and a wandering mind. The drunkard is a clan's millstone, too heavy to carry and too idle to contribute. Cast him into the dark lake and let him sink to the bottom, and once more call out, "Endure! Endure! Endure!" Written by a man who once ventured to Sigil and met a Githzerai and learned way too much from his language. No, not where's camp. Endure, Pisspot. Yeah. Flip.
Don't touch me.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Simple.
Still breathing, despite everything.
The real Sparky Sparks wall. Is there anything as beautiful as lightning striking all around you? Eerie the Sparkstruck said, letting lightning strike all around them. Yeah, next time I play this, I'm gonna, like, hoard the Sparkstruck gear and see what it all does together. Lightning aura. I don't know if that's good. Consume 3 charge. Yeah, no, it's built around the other shit. We need lightning charges.
No one stopped me yet.
Like all together, like alone, they don't seem to make sense. But if you get them all together, they must create a synergy. But because I wasn't expecting to find 97 pieces of Sparkstruck gear, man, that is a lot. I basically just sort of considered it not for this run. Yeah, the stuff with Lenore outside the tower is the main bit of story I found. Otherwise, it's just little item descriptions. Bernard's weapon. Yeah, that's
The skeleton.
difficult to justify taking,
No time to dally.
because there's no real reason to fight him. Take that. How'd you look in it? Yeah. It's a shame you lose armor class. Can't really afford to have you wear it. Unless you made it your camp clothes, but then you'd look... Then you would look battle geared when it's sleep time, and I don't know about that. Yeah, your reason was that you didn't have a choice. Fair. Bloody good reason, really.
As you look at the skeletons, you realize they are all clad in the same dark armor.
Dark Justicia uniforms. These were Shah worshippers. The same as me.
She didn't save them. Shah worshippers. Better off dead. What a thing to say in front of her. Whatever killed them made the enemy of a powerful goddess, or... Ominous. Let's not linger. Yeah, I don't want to give a strong opinion on Shah.
I'll keep an eye out. If it's a demon, I'll be able to spot it a mile off.
Oh, that's what I said. Well, you're about to tell me a story, I hope. Your game glitched out, and you only had one option, which was continue, but selecting it made Shadowheart mad. Ooh, this is actual gear. Hang on. This might actually be worth giving to her. Same look, better prospects. Dark Justicia's Journal. Cycle 40. I know it is forbidden to enter the Inquisitor's chambers, but I could not help myself. Has Master Ketheric not commanded us to use every possible tool to best Char's rivals? Besides, if Sybil meant to keep the amulet a secret, she would have hidden it better. Cycle 40 and 2. The amulet has gifted me a power, an energy heretofore unknown to me. I've never known such might and such cheer. I can barely keep myself from smiling, much to the other's chagrin. Sigh. Cycle 40 and 5. It is done, thank the Dark Lady. Sybil ripped the amulet from my throat and cast it into the lava, having found me racked by laughter. The madness is lifted, but I do not yet know my penance. Sybil is not known to take pity on thieves. Journal updated, help the spirit of the amulet. What the fucking what? Do I have the amulet? We've read the Journal of a Lost Dark Justiciar. He mentioned an amulet of great power that also made the wearer laugh, but it was... Yeah, no, the amulet's in the lava. Why would we... We're not gonna get something out of lava! Are we? Gotta replace... Yeah, as soon as we get slightly hotter Dark Goddess Lady, we're gonna replace original Dark Goddess Lady for her.
Can't afford to stay.
That's a level up for the girls. I don't know if I want to process it because I don't have any time left tonight. She looks really good in this, but it does lower her AC by 2 and has a less cool effect. Also, really, I should have her in heavy armor because she is proficient in it. I just haven't fucking found any that I've put on her.
Is that blood? No. Never mind. Moving ahead.
Oh, these are all... I thought it was rotted shit, but it's alchemy. Anyway, Roths. Skeletons. I think... I don't like this map. It's constantly shifting and changing because of the vertical differences. But it is very hard to pass all of the bits as a result. I wish I had an up and down scroller to like look at the vertical instead of it snapping to whatever's currently where I am.
We feed them better than the slaves.
Sorry, are you whipping that? Okay then, piece of shit. Looks like it dead ends here anyhow. Which does leave me wondering how the hell I'm supposed to get up to the higher bit here. But I imagine we're going to find that out next week, because I don't have time anymore. If I keep going now, I'll be pushing past time, so... Yeah, next week we'll level up. I might, just for the sake of doing it all at once, I might just ignore that they have a level up waiting and instead get the remaining 60 EXP that I need to get these two up with them. Which is probably just going to take, like, 2 actions anyway. I just saved? Yeah, I did. But yeah, that'll do. Tomorrow, we will do more Ace Attorney. Finishing case 2 as best I can, probably. Sunday, new 14 patch, as well as getting Reaper done. Probably 2 weeks, 3 at the most of 14, and then I'll take a break leading into February, rather than starting a new bit of content. I think that's a good idea. Fare thee well.